Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear. She was born and bred in Nashville. Now she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. And giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. She says I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama fought cancer while she was searching. Stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw summer's name and felt the heart ache and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard us the best in a sadness rose, she prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy. She says I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones on her, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. She said I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard. She's got a caring heart that won't be turned.
Well, good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Gather on in. Wakey, wakey. Everybody got your coffee? You ready? I just rolled out of bed. I heard they serve some search warrants. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hello, H. Davis. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good. I hope you win. Hope you win. Hope everything goes well. Hope everything goes well. Hope you have a great time. Hello, Raymond. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Good morning. Start off this day right. Hello, Sherry. Hello. Good to see you, honey. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Say hello to everybody. Hello, Jam. Good to see you, Jam. Good morning. Hello there. Great. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Hey, Ricky. Ricky up in the house this morning. Whoa. Ricky up in the house. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Y'all go check out Ricky's channel as well. Good to see everybody. I hope everybody is doing well this morning. Hello, Bama Cat. Hello. Welcome in. Happy Sunday, everybody. Right? Happy Sunday. Daniel Berry, hello, hello. Happy Sunday to you. Yo, yo. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. I am so happy to see everybody this morning. Hello, Deanna. Hello. Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am glad to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Hey, Eva. Good morning. Good to see you. Hold up. Hold up. It is 4:12 there. It is 5:14 here. Oh my gosh. I know. I rolled out of bed and I'm like, let me see. And they serve some more. Everything happens while I'm asleep. And I didn't feel like coming on here last night. I wasn't feeling it. So I went to bed early. So we'll be going over a lot of stuff. But I woke up. I'm like, search warrants. What? Where's everybody at? What? But at least I got some of my shit together this morning. Oh my gosh. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all put in the chats, put your praying hands, but y'all tell me what you think. Talk amongst yourself. Do whatever it is you like. I'm just thankful that you're here this morning and joining me for this live. I just want to bring you this update on what I know is going on with Nancy Gurthey's case. And I knew something was going to happen soon, and I feel like still things are happening and going to happen. But this includes search warrants. And since last time we talked, we know the car was towed. I got a lot to say about that. There's just a lot of stuff that hell is breaking loose for. And the last 48 hours. We know police and the FBI are actively investigating the disappearance that they call a crime of 84-year-old Nancy Gerthy in Tucson, Arizona. And police have brought the search warrants in. They brought them in. They amended multiple search warrants. They did all the things to her property, tape up, tape down. They collected forensic evidence, and that included processing her vehicle, although they were a little bit slow, in my opinion, about that. Happy birthday to your nephew, honey. Happy birthday. Happy birthday out there to everybody that's got birthdays. Happy birthday. Yep, I agree, Bama Cat. That's just me and my opinion. But now I'm starting to form my own opinion, but that's just me. Hey, I'm with you here. I'm with you. Something definitely ain't right about this case. And something is not right about this case. Police, they made it a crime scene from day one. They said it was. That's their words, not mine. They confirmed 100% that was Nancy's blood on the front porch. They matched that through the DNA testing, and I don't know if the other tests have come back or not. We're going to get into all that. But again, they brought in the warrants. And usually when they bring in warrants, that they want the digital evidence, vehicles, cameras, or any other items that might interest them. And in this case, I think everything should interest them. And I'm not here to accuse anybody. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. That's the great thing about this country, right? But, we got biology teachers, we got writers, we got ransom notes floating around, we got all the things, right? And there was a good thing that came to me through my mod we spoke on yesterday, and I wouldn't call it a tip, but I did take it to them. So don't want to take up your time, but I'm sure you've looked at this, that, and the other, and I don't think I will put that out here right this minute, because I think there's something huge. Even I have to thank my mom, Janice, I think everybody has forgot about. And it goes back to that damn Uber. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it again. Why the Uber? And after JLR showed he's on boots on the ground, after he showed how close that house was, Also, I was in Betty's yesterday. Everybody has their thoughts and opinions, but I did write in the chat. Now, Betty said that she said that she heard that it was told that she got the Uber there. Hey, Cripple Creek Farms, good morning. That they got the Uber there because they were drinking a little bit before dinner and playing games and doing all the fun stuff, which very well could be. But I thought about it for just a minute, and I want y'all to think about it. Okay? That might be true. People does weird stuff, but if that's the case, would you not need a Uber after the drinking? Not before. Looks like somebody would have went and picked her up, took her to the house, played the games, do whatever they were doing. They went, drinky or whatever, got dinner or, whatever. yet somebody drives her home? One of the children or son-in-laws? We're not clear on that. But wouldn't it make more sense? Well, you either stay all night with his mom or your medication's at home, and, well, let's get an Uber down the road. You would drive an Uber after, not before. That don't even make no sense. Not to me anyway. Not to me anyway. But I feel like big things are cooking. We got the president involved. We got all the things that half of this you already know, but half of it I just rolled out of bed and I'm like, search warrants at Annie's house? What the frick? This means that they're close to really actions. I don't care what they say. They're continuing to gather every piece of possible information that they can, and I'm sure that they have their own thoughts and opinions. Let's look at something real quick. Again, I don't know if it's going to be in order, but let's try. My eyes are not all the way open this morning. My eyes are not all the way open, but we're going to try. I barely got my coffee, but I got it. Okay, I got it. Yes, something is very fishy in this case. Thank you for that, Raymond. Hold on just a minute. Hold on, I don't think that's what I want yet. Just hold your horses. Hold your horses, everybody. I told y'all my eyes are not open this morning, dang it.
Work has been crazy every day, nonstop. We're pretty much good to go. So now there's some final touches on cleaning and stuff, but pretty much the amount of stuff I've done, shit they said is impossible.
Sorry, that's not what I want. That is not what I want. Just bear with me.
In here at 11 with that breaking news in the search for Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy. Tonight, investigators searching the home of Savannah's sister and brother-in-law.
This comes hours after the family made a new plea for their mother's safe return. NBC4's Robert Kovacic is live now in front of the sister, Annie Guthrie's home in Tucson, Arizona, with the very latest. Robert?
Kathy and Jonathan, the very latest would be that those investigators left this home and the property just about an hour and a half ago. While inside, there appeared to be camera flashes coming from inside of the home as well as inside of the garage. The house, as you said, belongs to Annie Guthrie and her husband, but it has been empty for the last several days with only security guards parked outside, and they remain here tonight. Now, the purpose of their presence here this evening, the Sheriff's Department telling NBC News they are continuing to conduct follow-ups in the investigation into the disappearance of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. They have been here before, and tonight, sheriff's detectives returned to the home of Savannah Guthrie's sister, Annie, and her husband. Earlier, Savannah, with her sister and brother beside her, pleading for their mother's return.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Yesterday, investigators were back at Nancy Guthrie's home. Drone video showing FBI agents searching every inch of the property, disconnecting and removing a device from the roof and climbing up a ladder into dense vegetation. A vehicle believed to be Nancy's towed away. Investigators also looking for potential clues in a second note sent to the same Tucson TV station that received a ransom note through their anonymous tip line earlier this week.
I did not enjoy receiving that.
Authorities have not said what's in it, if it's connected to the first note, or if either is legitimate.
There is something in there that we believe they're trying to convey.
The station's news director also sharing the latest note was not a ransom demand and did not include proof of life. We do not know if Savannah is referring to this message when she speaks to a possible kidnapper.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
After Savannah posted that Instagram video, the sheriff's department telling NBC News they had no comment. Earlier, they stated they have no suspects and no persons of interest in the investigation at this time. The sheriff's department also making it clear that they would have nothing to say publicly unless there was a, and I'm quoting here, significant development. Live in Tucson, I'm Robert Kovacic. Kathy and Jonathan, let's go back to you.
Robert, thank you. Again, if you have any information that could help investigators in this case, you can scan that QR code right there on your screen. You can also call the Pima County Sheriff's Department directly at 520-351-4900 or phone in an anonymous tip at 520-882-7463.
So they served the search warrants on Annie's house, Annie and Tomaso's house. I didn't realize they were not staying there until they said that. So evidently they had been staying elsewhere. Maybe it's because of the traffic there. You know, who knows? Maybe they're telling them they want privacy, but they do have people there guarding at all time. I don't know. But there already has been a man who has been charged by the FBI for sending a fake ransom note. They didn't expect to get these messages again, but they did. So what is Annie referring to? What have they figured out? I don't know. Law enforcement says the one that they arrested, the guy that they arrested, that was a hoax, but there really is ransom notes out there. But this message came to Cold TV. Again, I feel like these people are local. I do. I feel like they're local. They have some kind of local ties. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion only, I don't think she was took over the border or anything like that. It would be very hard to get her in, as well as with her disabilities to sneak her in, you know, walk around and all those things, because she don't do that. We had a very short video where Savannah and her brother and her sister came out. Only Savannah spoke. They released another plea, or Savannah did. It was very short. We're going to watch that in just a minute. So I don't know, but the FBI is still offering a $50,000 reward, they say, for her recovery, you know, and all those things. I just find it strange. A lot had happened on day 7. Day 7 going into her missing. That wasn't good. Now we're into day 8. She's 84 years old, and it matters. Every second matters. Every single hour matters. And This is someone's mother, grandmother, their neighbor, their friend. And right now, she's still missing day 8. It's already a very critical situation. But I'm thinking now they're grasping she may no longer be alive. It's worrying me more by the minute, honestly. Hey, Laura, good morning. Thank you for being here. I have not personally heard about the polygraphs, but look, I would be there with bells on. What about a polygraph? I don't know. See, the phone would ring off the towers. So why not drive around why not drive around with the phone? I agree. It's really worrying me. But the last 48 hours has been heck on wheels, y'all. They got that other message again sent to Cold TV for those just coming in. And I think whoever it is local. I guess I would say, yeah, there's ties there somewhere. There's ties. Law enforcement seems to be treating the case still as critical, and it is. They were treating it critical from the start, and it was, in my opinion. So they continue to treat it extremely serious. Now, the night before last, FBI, we saw that on Brian Etten and all the others, everybody was watching, that FBI and law enforcement swooped back in Nancy's home. They got all the media out of the way down the road, and they started getting the ladders and going on top of the roofs and, finding or putting cameras or finding a camera or doing whatever they's doing. I don't think that's irrelevant to sit here and talk about and beat in the ground, because it was what it was, and they're going to do what they're going to do, But my question is, if there was a camera up there, did anybody, including the family, not know? I don't know. I don't know. But they came into everyone's surprise after that, as it started to get dark, and they went in the garage and they towed Nancy's car with a police escort. I mean, what is going on there, folks? Why now? Why day 7 did they do that? 6 or 7 did they do that? I don't know. Personally, I don't understand that. Why they're just taking or inspecting her car. And I know they're going to come out and say, well, we did inspect it. We did this. But you towed one car off. Why now go back in and do this? I would hope and pray at the very start, at the very first day, they said it was a crime scene. They would have checked the car, the garage, and all of the things, right? I would have hoped they would have did that. But whether that's done or not, what's done now is done. They took her car. You can't undo what you've done or didn't do. You can't get back that time, folks. Now, what does this mean? What brought them back and what made them tow the car, though? I highly doubt, like the sheriff said, it was the family just sitting around going, oh, by the way, Sheriff, we just thought of this. Did you check her car in the garage? Oh, well, let me just go back over there, put up some crime tape, and let me go see. I don't think so. I don't think so. In my opinion, the FBI being so involved tells us one thing very clear. They're using every resource possible, but I just think, well, they know what they doing. They're using every resource that they have, okay? I hope not too, because whatever's going, listen, Tammy, that's another thing. Could it have been? We don't know. And could it be they come out with this very short, brief comment and now they're trying to say we'll pay and bring out the person. Maybe. But what happened to this lady, whatever happened to her, Nancy, 84 years old, I pray that they find out soon. Because I have a big issue with them going over there, going in, going out, going in, going out. Look, that's crazy. Hold on just a minute. We're going to play something else.
Statement. I think we're doing very well on that regard. You're probably surprised to hear that. I think we're doing very well. Very well, meaning we have some clues, I think, that are very strong. And I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Is this a nationwide search? Is this a search going to Mexico?
I'm not talking about a search. I'm talking about a solution. We have some things I think that will maybe come out.
Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? He said, we're not talking about a search. We're talking about a solution. We're not talking about a search. So now, are they trying, do they know, and are they trying to bring out the person to arrest? What's the solution? What is the solution? You listen to his words.
Suspect? Guthrie's family, the full support of federal law enforcement. FBI is now involved.
I'll give you a little statement. I think we're doing very well on that regard. You're probably surprised to hear that. I think we're doing very well. Very well, meaning we have some clues, I think, that are very strong. And I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Is this a nationwide search? Is this a search going to Mexico?
I'm not talking about a search. I'm talking about a solution. We have some things I think that will maybe come out reasonably soon from DOJ or FBI or whoever that could be
suspect.
Yeah, could be definitive.
When do you expect us to hear?
A lot's taken place in the last couple of hours. A lot of things have happened with regard to that horrible situation in the last couple of hours.
See, y'all, not a search, a solution, a solution. What does he mean by that? Exactly, Jackie. What does he mean by that? Hold on. Just leave that door open, okay? Yeah, just what? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here, Memo. Good morning to you. Good morning. So yes, I think they know. I think they know something, because also they keep saying there was no proof of life there. There was no proof of life. Yeah, and exactly, that is the thing. And you know, where did they go? I thought they were staying at Annie's house, but I didn't know until they got the warrants that they were not staying literally at Annie's house. But they did those search warrants and got the search warrants on the house, and I'm really glad that they did that. Ricky said, if my mother was 84, she would not be alone. Right. There's a lot of things that puzzle me too, Ricky, about them being close, because as close as the house was and stuff, it was like the next morning allegedly when the church called and said she's not in church or not on virtual or whatever. Then come to find out the family has things to do and we'll send people over later. What? So it was, they were too busy to pick her up. She needed an Uber over there. She, the pacemaker come, I don't know if they had access to that or they didn't, again, not to accuse anyone, but was they not alerted to that? I don't know. But again, she lived on a very dark road. She was not mobile. She was not in the best health, even though they are saying her mind is good. Good morning, Tony. Hello. We're not going to know the truth until then, and we're probably not going to know the truth until then, to be perfectly honest with you, unless there's justice. And Lord, can you give me a minute, because I'm going to start on that in just a few minutes, because that is the most important thing, is the justice part. She has some serious health issues that she absolutely does, and she don't have them with her. Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, welcome everybody that's coming in. But President Donald J. Trump is now involved. He spoke with Fox News. Fox News caught up, or Newsmax caught up with, and the president said there will be a resolution soon. There will be a resolution soon. We all want to know what that resolution is. They can't give away all of their goodies. I do understand that. I really do. But look, in my opinion, the FBI, the president, whoever, they don't just get people all together, mobilize all this huge stuff like this, unless they believe there is an urgency and there's a real chance to catch somebody, in my opinion. I think they already know things, but in this case, will the answers be good? Will the answers be good? I hope so, but it don't look good. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Even Jesse Smollett thinks something doesn't seem right. Exactly. I mean, for crying out loud. For crying out loud. And this is public opinions. My God. Again, I'm not trying not to accuse anybody or to think, but the more this goes on, the worse it becomes. Mamaw, thank you so much. Thank you, Mamaw, for the super sticker. Thank you. And thank you for being here. We love you over here. Thank you so much. Wolfpack, you made my day saying that. You really did. Made me laugh. Laura said, wonder if they check local drug. Yes, they did. I heard they were going to the local drugstores. The thing about that is, here's the thing. You can get anything you want offline. I would be curious to know, and I know that would take up a lot of time and all the things, but, I'm curious to know if they went back to all the mail places, UPSs, we call them mailboxes, etc. here. I do, I call anything, but you just had to follow me, honey. But I'm like, other than the post office, of course I want them to go to the post office, but sometimes, yes, cameras overwrite, but they don't do that for a month. Right. You and me both, honey. You and me both. But I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know if they went back and looked or not. This case, will the answers be good? I don't know. I don't think so with all that blood. I don't think so. Somebody was hurt, and we know that somebody was Nancy. Now, Police investigators believe they're keeping all possibilities open. They may not be telling us, but they are. And when you see them, go back to a crime scene, they may have got a tip. I heard one of the neighbors tip them off about the roof thing. Good morning, Moonchild. I don't think they are. I mean, maybe if it's a hoax, and not with Nancy included, but I'm just saying, if somebody close is doing this, I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let's hope somebody's got her and they're taking good care of her. But if that's the case, why the blood? Why the blood? And it makes no sense. Good morning, Suzanne. The crime scene may have, they may have got a tip and more tips that they keep going in and out, putting up the tape. But this case, I don't know. This is where I have a problem. Me, myself, and I. Let me tell you where I have a problem. Okay. I have a problem because day one, hour one, they said it was a crime scene. They thought foul play, no doubt. Okay. They can't unsay what they said. I didn't say that. You didn't say that. Law enforcement said that. Okay. They can try to walk it back, talk it back, and I understand why they do that. All that they want to do. But here's the thing. They said it was a crime scene. They did treat it as such, and they had blood, at least we know on the outside, because that has been seen. It was not tried to be cleaned up by anybody, whether they keep having to go back and get more after they identified 100% it was Nancy's. I don't know why it's not been cleaned up. But for some reason, it has not. We don't know what was in the house. But they treated it as a crime scene. Okay? But then they take down the crime scene tape. They return the crime scene back over to the family when they allegedly say they have no suspects or nothing to mention, and nobody's on the table, which Ashley Banfield is doubling down, saying her person, and I do believe her, that her person says the son-in-law is a very, again, her words, that he may be a prime suspect, okay? So everybody starts thinking it doesn't really matter who's right or wrong. I'm just telling y'all where I have a problem. But they say there's no suspects is named. There's nobody cleared, though. But we're at a crime scene. So this is where I have a problem. We're at a crime scene. We know for a fact that's Nancy's blood. We know she did not leave voluntarily. At the very least, there's a kidnapping or abduction. All of her vital medicines and everything was left behind. And then, God, what they do is they take the crime scene tape down and they say, okay, the family here, y'all can go back in. And so now we got God knows who and their dogs and everybody going through, walking on, trampling over everything, contaminating a freaking crime scene where there's possibly foul play, and you have to go back out in a day or hours and put back up crime tape. What good does that do? And then think about it. If the person or persons are caught, it will, when it goes to court, either that evidence will not be able to be used because of your fuck up. Good morning to everybody. Spally's mouth is opening up now. I've got enough coffee in me. It will either be thrown out in court, suppressed. You can't use it. What about all that? But you got the sheriff who's as kind as butter pie. I like the sheriff. I don't have a problem with the sheriff. He's sweet, kind, grandpa-like, right? But sweet and kind don't get justice. Sheriff was spotted at the ASU basketball game last night. People are pissed. Oh, shit. I was sleeping through that. Wow. But so that he was asked about that at the press conference, though. He was asked directly at the press conference about turning over the crime scene in the first place to the family and allowing people to go in and out, wouldn't that contaminate it, whatever. And his words were, well, I will deal with the courts on that. I will basically cross that bridge when I get there. Say what? Say what? Say what? Okay. Then you release the crime scene. You know, you go back up, you put tape back out again, and then you take it down. You turn the crime scene over, back again, up, down, whatever. And you tow the car. You tow Nancy's car that was in the garage. You know, y'all remember the garage she was supposed to go in with the timeline through that door and all the things. Wouldn't that be the first place you check? Wouldn't you double check? And if there was a crime, and evidently it was, there's no doubt when they got there day one, they called it possible foul play. They knew at the very least she was abducted and there was her blood everywhere and all of her things left behind. Wouldn't you go out and check the garage, the car, all the home and all the things? Maybe they did. Maybe they just went back out with fresh eyes. I don't know. But they bring back out the investigators. They tow her car. That should have been towed the first hours. If anybody's car should have been towed, it should have been her. Like the other car was. I mean, what is happening? What reality do we all live in? I mean, yeah, you would think so, Sherry. I don't know. I'm not the smartest one in the room, but it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out that a crime scene was destroyed, and I mean destroyed and shredded by the very ones who swore to protect, at least bring justice under oath. So even if the world finds out everything, and even if this case is solved, even with the president's help, will all that even matter? Besides our inquiring minds? Or will that perp or perps freaking walk? Because everything's thrown out because you can't use, because you screwed up. Own your shit. I don't care who you are. Me, you, cops, doctors, lawyers. Own your own shit. I told somebody yesterday, I wouldn't care if this lady was, the president's daughter, or if it was the neighbor or somebody down the road, Joe Smo. If I knew about this lady and she was not in the money or had people in the money, it's not her money. But then I would still go, this is an 84-year-old lady, and I would still be on here fighting just as hard as I would for her as I would for somebody else. Because where is she? You know, I hope they know what they're doing and things are not destroyed. I hope, you know, this is fine. This is the part when justice does allegedly come and we get in the court systems, we're just going to see what kind of money talks and what kind of bullshit walks. And that's my opinion on that. And that's what I really think. And I'm not going to hold back my thoughts. So make sure you got your pen and your paper today. And if this ever goes to court, write it down and take bets on Smiley. That's what I said. Take bets on me. Let's see if money talks or bullshit walks. Because you'll know then what I mean by that. If you never heard that, you're going to know then what I mean. We're already in day 8. Day 8. That crime scene to me is destroyed, but that's just my opinion. But you want real? You got real here. You want real and raw? You get it here at Smiley's. I've been as calm and nice as I could on this case, but even I am getting fed up. What's going on, people? Do I think maybe a nursing home seeing they got? No, absolutely not. Because in something like that, it doesn't matter. If you waste resources and you have money and yada, 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 it doesn't matter. They still, if it's a missing person case, they're going to know. No. Just like I don't in Sebastian's. I'm sorry. Just like I don't in Sebastian's. He was put in this home. Maybe he was. But I guarantee you it wasn't no damn hospital. Although it's all been checked. No. Stop it with the bullshit. This is not the time this morning. This is not other fuck up channels who say conspiracy bullshit. We might do conspiracy sometimes, but I am not going with this bullshit theory, crazy ass, she's in a nursing home somewhere. And Raymond, I'm not getting on to you this morning. I am saying hell to the no. We're not even going like these other channels do and stay on this. If they want to know something, bring out the video like they did on Sebastian. Let's see her at dinner. Let's see all this. Let's see this. No. Now, I feel strongly on that. Y'all can say what you want about me. I feel strongly on that. She's not in no nursing home. They didn't put her in no nursing home. And anyway, if they did, how are they going to get the inheritance? No, hell no. Look, some people's got morals, okay? And there's going to be one person in a nursing home or somewhere that has a moral somewhere in their damn brain. Again, I said real. You want real? You got real with me. Y'all be watching too much of that fake bull ass shit over on them other side of the streets over there. Y'all can watch who you want, but don't get me started this fucking morning. Let's watch something else before I go off the rails.
We are together again.
They say after dinner at her daughter's house Saturday night, Nancy was brought home by a family member at 9:48 p.m. At 9:50, her garage door closed. Then at 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnected. At 2:12, software detected movement on a camera. And at 2:28, Nancy's pacemaker app disconnected. The sheriff tells me they haven't been able to access any home surveillance video, and they currently have no suspect or person of interest.
That's the latest update in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, but don't let the complete absence of evidence discourage you. I actually think that is the evidence. So in today's video, let's watch it together and break it down. I'm Deception Detective, an attorney trained in statement analysis. This channel exposes lies and manipulation. So if that's your thing, hit subscribe.
Look, I'm
For
not
early
fussing
access
at
to
you.
new videos,
You're
over
fine.
60 exclusive videos and other cool perks, consider becoming a channel member. Link in description. If you're not familiar with this case, don't worry, it's still developing. This is my first video about it, and this update will actually bring you up to speed. So let's just start watching and we'll break it down as we go.
Tonight, authorities revealing
It's
several
good, it's
new
you.
and
It could have
potentially
been
critical
anybody. It could have
details
been
about the
anybody,
abduction
and I
of
would
Nancy
have the same
Guthrie.
reaction.
Right now, we believe Nancy is still out there.
The update from the sheriff and FBI coming just hours after that emotional video Savannah posted with her siblings pleading for her mother's safe return.
Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again.
Full disclosure before we continue watching, even though this is my first video about this case, it's not my first take. When Savannah Guthrie first posted that ransom video, I commented on X that she sounded sincere. And it wasn't because of her trembling voice or any of the other sort of stuff that we ignore on this channel. It was strictly because of her words. Specifically, everything she said lined up with my missing person presser checklist. And just in case you're new here or don't know what that is, don't worry, I'll recap it in a moment and show you how we used it to debunk a hoax kidnapping not too long ago. But first, let's get the rest of these bizarre new case facts.
Again.
For the first time, the sheriff's department outlining a rough timeline for Nancy's disappearance. They say after dinner at her daughter's house Saturday night, Nancy was brought home by a family member at 9:48 p.m. At 9:50.
Hold on. What am I talking about? This is Deception Detective. Y'all, hold on a minute. I gotta put in this. Y'all, I'm giving the wrong credit. Y'all know, everybody knows this is Deception Detective. Oh my God. This is Deception Detective. Please go sub up to DD. DD is our friend, honey. I got a little bit too wound up this morning. I'm sorry. I'm getting awake now. This is Deception Detective. If I make a mistake, I'm sorry. Please drop his link. Oh my God. Drop his link because I am so sorry. Again, that is Deception Detective that we're listening to, and we're going to give him credit and drop the link for this. So let's go back. Everybody's like, Smiley, wake up. At least I ain't snoring on my screen. Okay, let's go.
Her garage door closed. Then at 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnected. At 2:12, software detected movement on a camera. And at 2:28, Nancy's pacemaker app disconnected. The sheriff tells me they haven't been able to access any home surveillance video, and they currently have no suspect or person of interest.
Is this a professional abduction? It seems like they did not make any mistakes.
I can't say that. I don't know. As we move, we'll learn if they made mistakes. I don't know of a perfect crime.
The FBI also addressing the reported ransom note sent to 3 different news outlets, saying it referenced an Apple Watch Nancy owned and floodlights at her house, information that's publicly available. He also said the note has a deadline.
The ransom note that was distributed to the media did make a demand for 5 p.m. today. And if a transfer wasn't made, then I think a second demand was for next Monday.
The special agent in charge says they're still investigating the legitimacy of the ransom note and that there's been no contact so far with any potential abductor.
In a normal kidnapping case, there would be contact by now.
When the ransom appears to be an afterthought in a kidnapping, you're probably looking at a hoax or an inside job. If you've seen any of my videos about JonBenet Ramsey, you'll know I think that's what happened there. So in the Nancy Guthrie case, I do think it is suspicious that the kidnapper was so professional and so meticulous that they didn't even get caught on camera, yet failed to leave any sort of calling card that only they and the police would know about at the crime scene. Anyone from Nancy Guthrie's mailman to an opportunistic Bitcoin hoaxer across the globe could have seen or guessed that she had an Apple Watch and a security camera. So I doubt the authenticity of any of these recent ransom requests, which leaves the question, what's going on here? Let's keep watching.
We want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy. We feel them, and we continue to believe that she feels them too.
It's a gut-wrenching, emotional plea from Savannah, her sister Annie, and brother Cameron.
Our mom is our heart and our home. She's 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile.
Speaking at times directly to their mother.
Mama, if you're listening, we need you to come home.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
The siblings then making this request to any potential kidnapper.
We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you.
NBC News law enforcement analyst Jim Kavanaugh says the family is trying to humanize Nancy and open the door for communication.
The goal is to start a communication to get Nancy released. There's been a couple of one-way ransom demands that they can't tell if they're valid or not.
Anyone who has Nancy, he says, is at a crossroads right now.
The abductors have two options: communicate and try to achieve the goals of their crime, or release Nancy. Take her to a church, take her to a business, drop her off.
So Nancy can be right back where she belongs.
So that's the update. And I agree with that expert that the goal of any kidnapper is to collect a ransom. And I agree with the authorities that all the ransom requests they've received so far are not authentic, which makes the two most likely scenarios either an inside job or a hoax. And I'm not talking about any of the other family members when I say this, but I don't think Savannah Guthrie is involved because of what she said in that ransom message. As I said, she met all the criteria of my missing person presser checklist, which we've used in many of the cases we've analyzed on the channel, mostly missing child cases, like the Emmanuel Haro case, where we called the parents as being involved before the police did. And that's because innocent people tend to do 7 things when one of their family members goes missing. First of all, they talk about the missing person in present tense because they don't know whether they're alive or dead. Second, they're cooperative. So if the police or media ask them questions, they answer fully and candidly, like Savannah Guthrie is doing. Whereas guilty parties typically choose their words more carefully and are usually more vague and reticent. Third, innocent parties are inconclusive about what happened if there's no evidence to suggest one scenario over another. In this case, there appears to be some evidence that Nancy was kidnapped, even if the police haven't shown it to the public. So I don't blame Savannah Guthrie and her relatives for treating it as a kidnapping. Which brings me to the 4th item on the checklist. If a kidnapping is also on the table, I would expect the family members to look into the camera and beg any kidnappers or anyone who might have seen something to come forward. And if the missing person is old enough to watch the TV themselves or browse the internet, I would expect them to address that person directly too. Obviously, this case isn't as clean cut as the Emmanuel Haro case, and of course there's opportunists and scammers muddying the waters trying to claim some of the money. But if I had to bet right now, I'd say that someone close to the family might be involved. It might be a hoax, but I doubt Savannah Guthrie herself is involved. Even if she didn't write that script herself and probably had an expert help her do it, she still read the words and asked for that help. This case is still developing. I'm going to stay on top of it, so make sure to hit subscribe if you don't want to miss my next installment. Until next time, stay true.
Yeah, so he's thinking it's somebody close to or in the family, but not Savannah. Now, I don't think Savannah's involved in any way, shape, or form. I will put that out there as well. Good morning, Kimberly. Hello, hello, hello. But I do believe that it is somebody close to the family. That's what I do believe. I think it is somebody close to the family. I think it's somebody that knew they could spend that amount of time in her home. You know, I think even though they're saying there's no suspects or no suspects have been publicly named, I think the police know. I think they know a hell of a lot more than they're telling us and that they're going to tell us. I think they continue to get tips, and I think something is going to happen very soon. There's all kinds of things happening right now. It's very telling about these notes, look here, look there, and we got all these writers and we got all these biologists. We went over biology the other day, all the things. again, the Uber thing is really bothering me. So I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that is bothering me. Hold on.
Believe me, when it comes to investing, you'll love Carl's Way. Take a look.
All right, this was 9 hours ago.
Is the best way.
BBC.
At Schwab, how
that
I
put
choose to
this
invest is
out.
up to me.
Exactly. I can invest and trade on my own.
Yes,
So full
and I let them
credit to
manage the investments for me
BBC.
too.
Let's move on, shall we? No can do.
I'll get out here.
Where are you going?
Schwab.
Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
It's been nearly a week since Nancy Guthrie disappeared, and there is still so much we do not know. Nancy Guthrie was last seen here at home on Saturday night. When she didn't turn up for church on Sunday morning, that's when friends and family raised the alarm and called police. What they found here was very much a crime scene. Signs of forced entry, a disconnected security camera, and blood splatters, which DNA has now shown belonged to Nancy. Now, nearly a week later, so much is still a mystery. Local officials are working with the FBI. They've issued a reward. They're saying they're taking very seriously some ransom notes that they've received through the local media, not direct to the family. And that has caused anguish with the Guthrie family. We've heard from all three children, Savannah, Annie, and Cameron, pleading with whoever has their mother to contact them directly so that they can negotiate, and that they want proof of life. Because this new message that came through, we don't know the contents of it, but we do know that the initial ransom note was reportedly asking for millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, and they said that there would be consequences if their deadlines were not met. Well, that first deadline passed already, and apparently the second deadline is this coming Monday.
Thank you for that information. Thank you. Thank you. You'll learn here soon, real quick, fast, and hurry on Smiley's channel. If I mispronounce it, I apologize. If I say it wrong, okay, it is what it is. If you don't know where you live, I'm sorry. If people don't know by now all over the world where we're talking about, then that's okay too. But I apologize for nothing. I have been through hell myself. I have had many strokes. I have had brain bleeds. I don't apologize for shit. Okay. So it is what it is. And I apologize. My eyes are bad. If I wrote something wrong, just overlook it. And if you can't, maybe this is not the morning for you. All, of course, the media there. You see all of the media there. The night before last, when they, hey, Johnny, hello. You see all of that. They made them move the other night, brought the FBI back in. And like I said, they literally, brought the FBI in and got Nancy's car. I feel like they should have did that in the beginning, but you know, they didn't. So there's a lot of media there. We're just looking at photos right now. So yeah. So that part. Hold on a minute. And let's see here. Savannah Guthrie's mother may have been kidnapped. How does law enforcement handle negotiations? So there they are in front of her house. Oh, and there's a lot of cactuses out there, y'all. There's a lot of cactuses out there. I would not want to fall and make sure it's off. Okay, yeah, it is. I would not. Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry. I would not want to fall in those cactuses. They were out there last night. I did see with JLR and the other guy, and they were telling them that, nobody on the property or they're going to call the law. And indeed, right before I went to bed, that's exactly what they did. They called the law. But experts say the abductions for ransom are rare, and they are. They're very rare. They're very rare. You hardly ever see that anywhere. But they have crisis people there. Speaking of that right there, what they're talking about, but even it says right here, abductions for money are uncommon, and they are. So there's 3 types of hostage situations, according to Scott. He's a retired SWAT hostage negotiator, and he's in Illinois. The least common kind in the U.S., he said, are the ones that involve kidnappings. That's very interesting. The least common one is the one that involves kidnapping. Wow. This is not the movies. It's really not the movies. It just don't happen. You don't see it. It just don't happen. Okay. That's not what this is about. It just don't happen. I feel like there's something much more sinister going on here. Okay. Let's see. Now, this is the new one.
This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay. We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now.
All right, that part right there. We received your message, and we understand. What is it that they understand? What was in those messages? There's no proof of life been shown at all. They have asked them the other day, and there's still a deadline for Monday. Why did they come out 2 days earlier? They're opening every door. They're opening every avenue to speak. They want their mom home. But to me, it sounds like they're starting to understand she may not be alive. She may not be alive. They're starting to understand that. And it's sad. If Annie or any of these people didn't have anything to do with it, and it was a family member, I cannot even fathom. I will never be able to wrap my mind around how they will cope with both losses, because that is hard. I had wondered that. It's a very big possibility they could have personally received a message, like different, and hey, we're telling you, do not get the law involved. So who knows? Who knows what they received? But I do think that they are, what do you call that? Close. Somebody close there, or has ties. That's what I think. To me. Let's see. You take that off just a minute. I don't know if this one will play. I always have a okay, this is the same one. It's the same one. Okay. For those coming in.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
Okay. Bring our mother back so we can celebrate with her. Does that mean celebrate with her having her body, knowing where she's at? That's going to be the only way that they're going to be able to, people don't want to wonder. Regardless of what happened, they don't want to wonder. That has to be somebody's worst nightmare, honestly. But now, I'm not going to keep y'all on here this morning. There's probably a lot going to be going on today. It will probably be, good morning, Kelly. Good to see you, honey. Good morning. There will probably be a lot going on today, and hopefully they'll get some answers. Hopefully more will come out, because every little bit something is breaking out. I know they went to the store. They got more video, so something is going out. Hey, Divine Healing, hello, good morning. Now, I just want to end on this note. I'm sorry for the family. This should have never happened to anyone. It should never, ever happen to anyone. Not their mother, grandmother, friend, sister, daughter, cousin, first removed. My heart and my prayers go out to this family. They really sincerely do. And I pray nobody near them had nothing to do with this, but it's not looking good. It didn't look good yesterday. It don't look good today. And it probably won't look good tomorrow. But that's just my opinion, my thoughts and my opinions only. But my prayer does go out to them. She has grandchildren. Everybody cannot be culpable. But I could give a rat's ass about nothing. Who's got money, who's famous, who's not, except this is a 84-year-old lady who needs life-saving medications, who has now been gone 8 days, missing from her own home. I pray she's alive. But alive or not, I pray they find her soon. I do pray to God they find her soon. I pray, God, if you believe in God, I pray that God guides the investigators to find her to the right doors, to the right answers, or somebody that is involved or whatever comes forward and speaks. Hold on a minute. Where's my little number here? There we go. The number is on my website right here on my little blue thing right there, 520-351-4900. They are asking that condolences and stuff like that does not go to that is reserved for all the tip lines, only important tips. So please keep that in mind. But I hope the right information comes forward to bring her home. But at the same time, whoever did this to her needs to get their due justice, no matter who it is, as well. And this crime scene needs to stop being stumbled and walked and pissed all over, in my opinion. It don't matter who it is. Next, when this comes out, justice needs to be found. It's nice we're all of us here in the United States are afforded the comfort of due process and all of that. That's nice. I'm glad. Thank God I live in the USA for that. Thank God. but there also needs to be justice. There also needs to be justice. And it cannot be injustice floating around and somebody walking all free when this comes out to say, hey, I can do this whenever I want. And maybe even if they can't get away with it next time, cost somebody their life or somebody else. Now, this needs to stop. They know what's going on. They know what they're doing. But this lady needs to be found. And they just need to, in my opinion, keep the crime scene up and clear and not say, oh, honey, it's okay. Can we go in? Can we get your search warrants? Do your damn job. Do the damn thing. Now, I'm going to play us out, and I will keep y'all informed on if I find out anything today. I got started early, so hopefully, who knows? Who knows with this channel? We don't know what I might do over here. It depends on what I feel like as well. It is my channel after all. But I do love you. I thank you all for being here. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being a member. I truly, truly appreciate you. So give me a minute and I will play us out, and just keep your prayers going.
She was born and bred in Nashville. Now she walks the beaches down in Florida sand. A mother and wife, a daughter, a sister, trying hard to do the best she can. She found her voice with a heavy heart, looking for purpose with trembling hands. Giving this all a new start, moving ahead, speaking for ones who came. She says I am who I am, I'll stand my ground. Even when the nights get long and rough, you'll hear my sound. She'll be speaking for the ones unheard, 'cause she's got a caring heart that won't be turned. Her mama fought cancer while she was searching, stories that needed a gentle voice. We saw a summer's name and felt the heart ache and tried to bring light where there was no choice. And when she heard us Sebastian in a sadness rose, she prays for truth through the noise. She'll follow wherever the story goes, seeking their dignity, a child's joy.
Thank you. Y'all go drink your coffee. Have a great day.